Hello everyone. First things first, I am feeling under the weather, which is why you'll have to excuse my voice and appearance. Second, as a disclaimer, this dream vlog has some not graphic content, but I will describe graphic content, so be advised. And lastly, I'm not going to film with my tripod because I want this dream to be freshly dreamt coming from me to you. Okay, so I just woke up a couple of minutes ago, and just then I received a phone call. As I was waking up, I received a phone call maybe a minute after, and that was just somebody checking in on me because I haven't been feeling too well lately, as you can tell. It's a little bit obvious there. Okay, so this dream started off in Victorville, and the reason I could tell it was in Victorville was because of the house structure I was in, and I was living with a couple. I'm not going to share their identities, but they're pretty well known. Anyway, and this lady was at the bottom of the stairs with her lover, and I don't even know why I was there. I don't know why I was living with them or why I was staying with them, but apparently they had a baby. And so while she was with her lover, I don't know, they would be at the bottom of the stairs. I felt myself in the kitchen, and I noticed that some of the knives were gone, and that worried me. But I took the butcher knife, and I kept it with me because I felt something wasn't right. And as I looked over to her and her lover, I looked over and I saw the shadow of her boyfriend. And I saw that her boyfriend was just simply looking down at them, staring, waiting for them to realize that they have been caught. So I call her over to the kitchen. She comes over, and I tell her to look over, and she sees a shadow. So she takes other knives, and while she's taking other knives, like I'm taking my butcher knife, and I'm cutting the screen door open, and I see that he sees that she's already catching on to him. So the weird part of it was that shadow that I thought was a shadow wasn't even a shadow. He was above the shadow. So it was like I don't know, weird. So anyway, as I'm cutting the screen door open, oh God, I'm not going to get that. I can hear her screaming, and then I can hear, I don't know, I hear screaming, and I think he killed both the lady, his girlfriend, and the lover. But by that time, I'm already, I've been like struggling to cut through the screen, jump out the window, and jump into my neighbor's lawn. And I know my neighbors really well. They're not the same neighbors that were there when I was living there, of course, but they're the same ones in my dream. So I jump over, and I start pounding on the back door, and they let me in, and I show them, and for some reason I'm all scratched up, like just scarred up and bloody. And they let me in. The cops get there, and I'm assuming my neighbors were calling the cops while I was pounding on the door. they must have known what was going on, considering nosy neighbors. So anyway, that was the dream. I just remember talking to them, explaining why I'm bloody, and I remember the boyfriend yelling something out. I remember the boyfriend yelling, "You wanted it like this. It didn't have to be like this. You could," or I can't stoop down to your level, but you wanted it like this. I don't know. I'm not too clear. I can't really remember. My dream is getting a little more stale as I talk about it. But I think what he meant by "you wanted it like this," and talking about the baby, or their baby, was that their baby had nothing to do with this, of course. But the baby, I don't know, maybe the baby wasn't an excuse to do this. Or, this wasn't an example to show the baby. But he ended up taking care of it and killing both of them. So anyway, I'm not too sure. The weird part was that as I was waking up, I felt as if somebody had put a gag ball in my mouth, or tied something in my mouth, or just tied a piece of cloth all around my mouth. And as I was waking up, I just felt like I had to reach in there and pull stuff out. I was already pulling stuff out, and pulling stuff out. It was weird. It was almost as if I was already untying stuff, a knot, and I caught myself untying nothing as I got that phone call when I was waking up. But yeah, nothing extraordinary. Just a really dry mouth. Might be because I'm sick and I haven't been hydrating myself for the past hour or so, however long the dream took. I'm just here. I took a nap. Got home from school. It's Saturday, by the way. Laptop, purse, Charles Bukowski book. I don't know if you can see it anyway. Pleasures of the Damned. But that was my dream. Hope you enjoyed. If you like me posting